Hey there. I hope you have had an amazing summer garden and you've had a lot of bounty. I'm coming at you from my home garden, and it is starting to wind down when things are getting overgrown, maybe starting to turn yellow. And so I just wanted to talk to you about how to transition a summer garden into a fall garden. And if you haven't done a summer garden, then how to do a fall garden starting today. But first we're going to go over how to clean up your summer garden, and then the steps that you take to transition it to a fall garden. So we are going to look around. And I want to say too, all plants have a life cycle where they are robust and they are productive, and then their productivity starts to dwindle. The plant starts to look less healthy. Maybe it starts to, turn yellow or brown. And that is the point in which it can be cut down. Your cucumbers might be getting smaller or fewer, or your tomatoes are smaller or fewer, and that sort of thing. And that's just a good indication that it is time to shift seasons. Every plant has its season, and it can get maxed out. And we want plants that are producing well, abundant, and healthy. So we're gonna prune out the vegetable plants that are overgrown. Maybe they're sprawling out, they're taking over, they're looking brown and yellow. Maybe they're going to seed, and they are just not really prolific anymore in their productivity. And I'm going to use these to do it. These are my prunes. Rather than pulling the plant out at the base with the root and discarding it, I like to keep the root in the soil to continue feeding the microbial life beneath the soil. It keeps them active longer, keeps them present longer, and that truly helps create nutrient availability for your new plants. So I'm going to clip my plants at the base. I'm going to remove the foliage, discard it, put it in my compost pile. I'm gonna trim back some of the plants that I'm not ready to get rid of, but maybe they are just sprawling out a little crazy. Maybe they just have brown leaves. I'm gonna take those off, and then I'm gonna re-trellis, or I'm gonna actually trellis one of my ground cherry plants. It's in the tomato family. It's not a tomatillo, it's delicious, but it's sprawled out everywhere. You can kind of see it right here. Look at that, it's just crazy. And it is time to clean it up. And then you can also see on that archway trellis behind me, I've got tomatoes growing on both sides of it, and the cucumber plant as well. I have a couple of those, and they have actually taken over the tomato plant, which is really bizarre. I've never seen a 7 or 8 foot cucumber plant. It has been super prolific. I think it's because of the depth of the soil and the raised bed. The trellis has helped it prevent it from getting like soil-borne illness. And we of course did do a fertilizer. We used plant or animal-based fertilizers. I like Trell brand. They don't have any synthetics in them. They're not hot, they won't burn your plants, and they're just an all around like all-purpose plant food. So I'll do that in the first planting, and then 6 or 8 weeks later. And then with new plantings, we will fertilize that soil as well. Okay, so we're going to do some fertilizing, some plant removal, and then some planting as well. It's time for lettuces, it's time for broccolis, cabbages, cauliflowers, beets, Swiss chard, spinach, carrots, salad greens, salad mixes, radishes. Fall is upon us, and there is an abundance to be planted. And the middle of August is a great place to start if you are in Kentucky, so that you can have productivity through October, okay? Because that's when our first average frost date arrives, which will kill all your summer plants. But all the cool season plants that we are putting in now are they're cold hardy, they're cold tolerant. You're not going to have to worry about them being affected by frosts. They may not survive a freeze unless you have some kind of coverage with a remay, like a frost cloth, or like a greenhouse effect. You could lay down plastic and hoops to support winter growth. So that's what we're up to today. I'm gonna be right back and show you guys on fast motion how we can transition from fall gardens or into fall gardens in Kentucky. If you have questions, reach out to me. We're still doing fall consultations now. We've got room for 5 more families in the month of August. Book now and I will get over to your house, help you maintain and manage what you have, replant, refertilize, remove, and generally maintain the area. We could even brighten up your raised bed boxes, which is part of our package. I wanted to explain. You can see more below. And what else? Oh, and during the consultation, we'll also create a garden design for you and layout based on your plant selections and your space and how much you want to grow this fall. So I hope to hear from you soon. That closes on August 30th, and we won't be accepting any more new clients this month. So please get on board and we'll stay in touch.